Have you ever found yourself delaying tasks that you know are important, only to be overwhelmed by a sense of guilt later? This, my friends, is the procrastination paradox. Procrastination, in its simplest form, is the act of delaying or postponing tasks or actions. It's a tug-of-war between the present and the future self. It's a universal experience, an all-encompassing trap that doesn't discriminate. From the diligent student to the high-level executive, no one is immune to the allure of pushing tasks to tomorrow. It's a curious sensation, isn't it? Knowing what needs to be done, yet choosing to postpone it, only to feel the weight of guilt and stress later. It's a cycle, a loop that keeps repeating until we find ourselves buried under the pile of tasks we've put off. Procrastination is indeed a common yet complex phenomenon. It's a paradox that we'll delve deeper into as we progress through this video. Stay tuned. Understanding the root causes of procrastination is the first step towards overcoming it. Let's peel back the layers of this productivity killer and figure out what's really going on beneath the surface. One of the most common culprits of procrastination is the fear of failure. This fear can be paralyzing, causing us to delay or avoid tasks because we're worried about not being successful. We think, if I don't try, I can't fail, thereby protecting ourselves from potential disappointment or criticism. But in reality, we're just standing in our own way, creating an obstacle to progress and achievement. Another common cause of procrastination is perfectionism. With an all-or-nothing mindset, perfectionists often feel that if they can't do something perfectly, they shouldn't do it at all. This can lead to a cycle of procrastination, where tasks are continuously put off until they can be completed perfectly. However, perfection is an elusive and often unattainable goal, and this pursuit can lead to unnecessary stress and anxiety. Lastly, a lack of motivation can also result in procrastination. When we're not excited or interested in a task, it can feel like a chore to complete it. This lack of enthusiasm can lead to delays and avoidance as we put off the task in favor of more appealing activities. It's crucial to find ways to spark motivation, turning a dreaded task into a rewarding challenge. Each of these factors, fear of failure, perfectionism, and lack of motivation, contribute to the cycle of procrastination. They create a mental wall that hinders us from taking action, trapping us in a loop of inactivity and unproductivity. By understanding these causes, we can start to develop strategies to combat procrastination. We can learn to manage our fear of failure, to accept that perfection is not necessary for success, and to ignite motivation even when the task at hand seems uninspiring. These are just a few of the many reasons why we procrastinate. Recognizing them can help us break the cycle. As we continue to delve into the world of procrastination, remember that awareness is the first step towards change. To recap, procrastination is a universally experienced phenomenon with numerous complex causes. It's that familiar foe we all encounter, the thief of time, the obstacle between us and our goals. We've already peeled back the layers of this complex issue, revealing its many faces. We've defined procrastination as the act of delaying or postponing tasks or actions, an experience that is as universal as it is varied. We've delved into the common causes that allow procrastination to gain a foothold in our lives. Fear of failure, that daunting spectre that looms over us, making the prospect of starting seem far more intimidating than it truly is. Perfectionism, the relentless pursuit of the unattainable ideal, which often leads us to avoid starting altogether. And finally, lack of motivation, the missing spark that fails to ignite our drive to action. Understanding these aspects of procrastination sets the stage for us to effectively combat it. Now that we understand procrastination and its causes, we can take steps to overcome it. The first step is breaking tasks into manageable parts. This helps to reduce the overwhelming feeling that often leads to procrastination. Instead of viewing a task as one big mountain to climb, we see it as a series of smaller hills that are much easier to scale. Next, let's set realistic goals. Having a clear, achievable target can act as a great motivator. It gives us a sense of direction and purpose, keeping procrastination at bay. And lastly, don't forget to reward yourself for completing tasks. This creates a positive association with task completion. making us more inclined to get started on tasks in the future. Remember, these strategies can be tailored to fit your individual needs and circumstances. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to overcoming procrastination. With understanding and practical strategies, we can all take steps to overcome the productivity killer that is procrastination.